You're welcome to the Gavel. I'm Linda Akibe. Again, it was a tough week for Nigerians, especially residents of the Federal Capital Territory, who had still not gotten over the bomb blast at the Nyanya Motor Park, which killed nearly 70 people and wounded many, when another bomb blast occurred close to the scene of a previous attack. This recent attack has so far left 19 people dead and 66 people wounded. But in the midst of this tragedy, Nigerians are still grappling with the abduction of over 200 schoolgirls from the federal government college Chibok in Borno State. However, this figure is still in contention. The relatives of the abducted girls stormed the National Assembly to demand that government intensify efforts at rescuing the girls. These are the mothers, fathers, and relatives of the young girls abducted 15 days ago from their school in Chibok, Borno State. They left their community and gathered here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, to take their protest to the National Assembly in the hope that their efforts will see to the release of their children. For these people, it's been 15 long days of grief, anguish, and uncertainty over the fate of their children who were abducted by insurgents. One mother could not hide her pain any longer.
We need ourselves. Any government will follow us. Yes, why? We have our right to move. Yaramo is in trouble. And then now you people are saying
others pleaded with government to do more in securing the release of their children.
Our daughters have been distributed in groups. Some are crossing to Chad. Some are going. We do not know where our daughters are. Our grievance here is this. For the past 2 weeks, and this is the 3rd week, we have not heard anyone, anything, anybody talking to us as children. We have father, we have mother, we have where is the international community? Where is the human rights? Where are the children? Where are they? We have future leaders, we have future first ladies, we have professors, we have future doctors, we have future lawyers, we have education, we have groups are pride of the nation in this country, and 200 plus, they are nowhere to be found. Nobody is telling us where our daughters are. Nobody is consulting us. Are we orphans?
We are here to express our grievance and to show to the world that these daughters, these are our children who have been abducted, are still with the abductors, and that we are unable to stay quiet and live life as if nothing had happened. We cannot be able to sleep in our houses, at our homes, because of the sad event that has taken place, which is 15 days ago. And that we've been made to know that the government is putting an effort to rescue them, but that we feel it has not yielded result, in the sense that we haven't seen any of our daughters who have been rescued after the event, except for those who were able to escape on their own.
The relations then began the walk to the National Assembly. They were received by some federal lawmakers.
And we are with you in this problem. The Senate President and the entire leadership of Senate would have been here to listen to you, commiserate with you, and tell you what we are doing. But right at this moment, we are debating a motion which is covering this particular issue of the adoption of 234 young girls, all your children, all our children, by the militants. We are saddened by this development But because of this event that is going on the floor of the Senate, he has asked 3 of us to come here and assure you that Senate is not sleeping, Senate is not reneging on its responsibility, but is working very hard to ensure that something is done very urgently on this matter. If we were not on recess, this thing would have been done much earlier. But we only resumed this morning, and we have not taken up any issue whatsoever. The very first issue we are taking on the floor of plenary is a motion on the adoption of these 234 children.
The things that have happened in recent times to our children, we are not happy at all. We are very troubled. And I want to assure you that we, in the National Assembly, in the Senate, that we will do everything that we can to make sure that this doesn't happen again, and that the children are recovered and brought back to their parents. We want you to hold yourself, please. Hold yourselves. Because if you don't hold yourselves, you don't want, when the children come back, they meet you in hospital. Please, I know. Just hold yourself, I beg you. I beg of you. Just hold yourself. And pray also, because we too are praying with you. As the government, as the security operatives are doing what they can, we also should pray. Because I believe that what man cannot do, God can do. Even if it's to turn their hearts around so that they return those children.
Unbeknown to the women, the issue of the abduction of the 230 young girls is being debated at the 2 chambers of the National Assembly. In the Senate, federal lawmakers from Borno painted a very grim picture of what may have become the fate of the abducted girls.
In touch with the security agencies, telling them the developments, the movement of the girls from one place to another, and then the splitting of the girls, and eventually the marriage of the girls 3-4 days ago by the insurgents.
Other lawmakers questioned the role of neighboring countries in dealing with the insurgency. This position was echoed in the House of Representatives.
There must be some kind of interagency, interministerial collaboration between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, between the military, with the United Nations, with ECOWAS, everybody coming together to look at this regional administration so that we are given the right of pursuit to be able to track these insurgents, and so that there's some kind of collaboration between all the countries in the region to work together to stop this.
My heart goes out to the parents of these young children who have been abducted. And we all know that we've been reading so much about this issue in the dailies without knowing exactly where and how these children will be rescued. Also, we'll all agree that this is a security matter, and even at the last Security Council meeting, the military were not willing to divulge information publicly on what they are doing so far to rescue these young children. I would suggest that we call on the people in charge to come and brief the relevant committee on what they have done so far.
For me, it looks like government has broken down because we cannot protect the lives of our people, especially of our young children. Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, with the recent bombing at Yaya, after the attack on the UN headquarters and the attack on the police headquarters some years ago, we are told clearly, in unmistakable terms, that these men are capable of attacking anywhere in the country if they choose to. It therefore means that we are at their mercy. Those of us who should provide security for the welfare of the people are now at the mercy of an authority that is not constituted. Mr. Speaker, it's a pitiable situation we have found ourselves. So many solutions are being profiled. But we are not security experts. I keep on answering questions every day on the streets, at the airport, everywhere. What is National Assembly doing about the security situation? I said we have enacted all the laws that we need to enact.
Nigeria cannot fight the war against terrorism in isolation. We need Cameroon, we need Chad, we need Niger, we need Benin, we need all other African countries. And indeed, whether we like it or not, there are countries that have survived terror war and have experienced it more than we have. We cannot help but ask them to help us. There's nothing wrong with that. This one that we want to pretend that it is our armed forces, it is the Navy, it is the police, and we keep blaming these small units, we will not succeed that way. Time has come for us as a country to seek helping hand from wherever we can get, if it means protecting human life.
Why is our own so savage? We have these problems of militancy, insurgency, and all that all over the world, from Malaysia to Indonesia to Pakistan to Afghanistan, everywhere, Sudan. But we never see this type of things happening there. We haven't seen them killing school children. We haven't seen them abducting school children. We haven't seen them going around slaughtering people in the manner that they're doing it in Nigeria. There must be something that is utterly different about our own. And that is what I continue to think about, and I want to know why.
I've been in the forefront of saying we must go to dialogue. We must dialogue with them, we must discuss with them. But I think we must take this battle to a level where they also will now call for dialogue.